Alrighty, welcome back. So let's just get started on the dinner. And there's a boring part in the middle where I just stir things, and we'll talk about stuff then. So anyway, tiny beef. Um, Strip the fat off the beef, and you can leave a little bit of it left in the pan. Oil up the beef. Steak seasoning, garlic powder, and crushed rosemary. Crushed rosemary is so much better than whole rosemary. So anyway, you can see how small it is. This is just on a pound. We chopped it off a much larger piece. And here is the trick. Now, the original recipe said 4 to 5 minutes a pound, but I found out with the tiny beef, you're just going to do it for about 2 minutes. It's in the oven at 500 degrees for 2 minutes. And then you just turn the entire oven off and you leave it in there, door shut. You don't look at it, you don't touch it, you don't open it. It's fine. You leave it in there for 2 hours, and just the residual heat cooks the roast beef. Anyway, onto the macaroni cheese. Pot of water. Make it taste like the ocean. And making the cheese sauce. And what I've discovered is, I used to make a roux with butter, and it was always so fiddly. And I've started doing it with olive oil. And I have no idea how much flour that is. It's just a little cup of it. Quarter of a cup, I think. Maybe a third. Anyway, olive oil and the flour together make the base of the roux just so easily compared to butter. It is so forgiving. It really does just make it super simple. Anyway, pasta in. I'm sure you know what pasta is. And you're just cooking the roux, getting the floury flavor out. In with a cup of milk, and I know you meant to drizzle it in and do it all carefully, but again, the olive oil in the roux makes this so forgiving. It just combines really well. And with the second cup of milk, and it really does combine. Look, it's just, there's no lumps. It's just super easy. Anyway, and now we stir and we heat and we stir and we heat and we stir and we heat. And this is, of course, much later. Tiny beef comes out. Anyway, the reason I picked macaroni cheese and the tiny beef is that Jen and the girls are traveling. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Cream cheese. Gosh, this is moving so much faster than I expected. Anyway, the trick I found to making a really light cheesy sauce is use cream cheese. I used cream cheese as sort of like half the cheese quantity that goes into the sauce. It just makes it creamier and lighter and so much smoother. Anyway, the reason that I chose macaroni cheese and the tiny beef is I didn't know when they were going to be getting back. I mean, they could pretty much arrive any time, and I wanted something that could... Oh, you guys flew.
Damn straight. Well, we also didn't buy any food at rest stops.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really just go in, pee, come out, keep driving. So none of the rest stops, except one where we made sandwiches from stuff in the cooler, none of the rest stops took more than literally 4 minutes. I can't decide if you're fogging up there. No, it dissipates. Hi.
So they came home early. I'd love to stop and chat, but cheese sauce waits for no one. It is what it is. Got to do it. So I added like 6 pieces of sharp cheddar to give it that more intense cheesy flavor, and to give it a little bit of color. And then we just mix, incorporate it all. It does take a little bit of time because cream cheese is cold. But as you can see, it all sort of just smooths out into this creamy cheese sauce. So from here, it's all it's all pretty easy. We're just going to add all the ingredients together. So pasta, and cooked up some. Just nuked a bag of corn, threw it in the top. You don't have to add corn. You can do it if you want. It's just easy enough. I like corn. Family likes corn, so we have corn. It's cooking. I mean, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I often use leftover vegetables in macaroni and cheese. So, put it all together, give it a good mix, pack it into a greased casserole dish, spread it out, pack it down. I like to cover it in panko, breadcrumbs, and that is everything bagel seasoning. So our meat has rested. Now we chop it all up and chop it as fine as you can. Then add it back to that pan that has that little bit of drippings from those little pieces of fat and all the leftover seasoning, and just give it a big mix around, and then you can keep letting it sit for as long as you want. It is delicious. So half an hour, 375 macaroni cheese is out. And here is the finished plate of food. So, all good, family loves it, and time to eat dinner and watch TV or whatever.